Mark, at least 8 fast food workers were detained in this Taco Bell located in Villa Park, Orange County after ICE conducted a mass raid for deportation proceedings. Now, as you can see, the place is completely shut down, the windows are sealed, and they do not want to talk to the media. What we do know is that they were of Honduran and Mexican background. Keep in mind that these people are just like you and me who go to work every day not wanting to be questioned or expecting to be stopped. And just like that, in a matter of seconds, their fate in the United States could change forever. The economy has been hit hard by the pandemic. Stores are empty and stock is running low, meaning that owners are running out of business and they have had to reinvent themselves just to survive this crisis. Such is the case of Robert and Maria, who come here every morning outside of a grocery store just to sell tacos to make ends meet. A $731 million ticket was purchased right here in this liquor store located in Burbank, California. We know from lottery officials that it was purchased by a woman, a healthcare worker, and on the same night of the lottery drawing. Now, how lucky can she be? And I'm sure that the store owners are still waiting for her to walk in that door and share some of that money with them. So if you're the lucky winner, come in, share some of that money. And you know what? I made sure to purchase my ticket because the next lottery drawing will be on March 23rd for $152 million. There's gonna be fireworks, there's gonna be dancing, there's gonna be music. It's gonna be a fun-filled event where family members and everyone from the city can come here to enjoy and, most importantly, to celebrate the foundation and the unity of this beautiful city, Granada Hills. Thank you, Rebecca. I'm here at the Chatsworth Apartments on Trinity Street, where authorities have received multiple calls about a possible case of domestic violence. I spoke to neighbors who let me know that in this apartment right here where the light bulbs are is where they heard what seems to be a woman screaming followed by a gunshot. Now, residents are growing concerned because there's been a silence and they think that there could be a dead person in there. The latest catastrophic storm caused extensive damages and left 140,000 homes without electricity. United for El Paso is receiving donations to help give financial support to family members of victims and survivors of the massacre that occurred at this Walmart on August 3rd. All of these boxes are ready to be shipped to Honduras. The organizers tell us they did not expect to receive so much support from the public. During these Christmas holidays, the Garland Police became a blessing for Beckett Birch. After a week without electricity, millions returned to normality today. But for some, the nightmare continues through fallen trees, broken pipes, and uninhabitable houses. School supplies, backpacks, and large amounts of donations are still coming into the schools that were damaged by the tornado a month ago. The latest catastrophic storm caused extensive damages and left 140,000 homes without electricity.
Oh my God, big tornado, big tornado!
The tornado that touched ground on Sunday night in Dallas caused large destructions, from collapsed power lines to partially demolished houses. In a communication to the public, the electrical company Encore said that many of the electrical facilities will have to be rebuilt and customers must be prepared to remain without service.
El techo se está viniendo abajo.
The roof is coming down. There is a lot of water everywhere, on the floor, on the ceilings, and there is a really bad smell. The phenomenon that reached 70 miles per hour destroyed houses and businesses and left debris scattered throughout the city. The Dallas Independent School District had to cancel classes this Monday at 6 of their schools due to the facility damages caused by the tornado.
Year 4 responded to no less than 50 calls for utility wires down and over 40 natural gas leaks.
City of Dallas officials also reported severe damages to major roads and activated the Botchmer Recreation Center as a shelter for residents of northern Dallas whose homes were damaged.
There were no traffic lights, so that caused a lot of traffic upheaval, as you can imagine. And then most of the lights around there were blinking.
3 people were reported hospitalized and multiple people were injured. The storm made its way up to Arkansas, where 1 person was reported dead after being crushed by a tree. For Estrella TV News, Brenda Marquez. United for El Paso is receiving donations to help give financial support to family members of victims and survivors of the massacre that occurred at this Walmart on August 3rd. In downtown Dallas, a heart-shaped mural and the phrase, "We love El Paso," could be seen in front of a restaurant where Metroplex residents gathered to collect monetary donations.
Somos una forma de solidaridad con toda la comunidad hispana.
It is a form of solidarity with the entire Hispanic community. God forbid this is something that can happen here in Dallas or elsewhere.
Esa persona que perdieron familiares.
Among the music, tears and demonstrations of support were shared from the residents of the Metroplex. We spoke to one of the event coordinators who informed us that all the money raised will be used to cover food, medical, living, and funeral expenses. I called the organization to see what they were doing and how they were distributing the funds, and I decided it was the best option since they have a great reputation with the city of El Paso. Many of the organizers and their families are originally from El Paso. They told us that they could only feel helpless seeing the suffering of their city, and that is why they decided to unite. The first thought that comes to mind is, where is my family? The people who died could have been my friends, my family, my mom. It could have been anyone. They are not alone. Even if we're not there, our hearts are with them. People from all ethnic origins gathered in this event. Jesus Carmona told us that as a human being, there are no borders in his heart.
Primero que nada, no apoyo todo lo que el presidente.
I don't support what President Trump is doing against Hispanics. It makes me really sad that we are going through a situation like this. There was also a raffle where winners took prizes such as iPads, tickets to Six Flags, and the Dallas Symphony. The group managed to exceed their goal of $7,400, and they are continuing to receive donations through their Facebook page, United for El Paso. Reporting live from El Paso, Texas, Brenda Marquez. All of these boxes are ready to be shipped to Honduras. The organizers tell us they did not expect to receive so much support from the public. Honestly, there were days of much anguish. We couldn't communicate with my family for 2 days, and it was a horrible feeling. We didn't know absolutely anything. I started doing TikTok and Facebook videos to see if someone could locate them. Isamara and Cynthia, who are originally from Honduras, eventually were able to communicate with their families. Others did not have the same luck. Hurricane Eta struck Honduras with 40 inches of rain, causing the dislodgement of hundreds of thousands of people who were already suffering the impact of the economic recession caused by the pandemic. Some houses destroyed by the rain, others covered in mud. All the way from Texas, these 3 women decided to assemble the Hispanic community to provide help to those in need. It's been a mix of many people from many nationalities who have collaborated, and people have responded in a way we didn't think would happen. We thought, let's get 3, 4, 5 boxes. That's what we're going to receive. Up until now, there are more than 50 boxes full of all kinds of living essentials.
Tenemos pañales, tenemos ropa de niño, ropa de...
We have diapers, children's clothes, adult clothes, shoes. We also have medicines and personal grooming stuff. Yesterday, we received information from a girl who needs a wheelchair that we have here, and with your support, we can send it to Honduras. The women have decided to work on their own since they distrust organizations that collaborate with the Honduran government. It is no secret that our Latin American countries are very corrupt, and we want each box to reach at least 1 or 2 families that need it. The group of friends is working with people in Honduras who will be in charge of distributing the boxes in the areas that were most affected. If you wish to contribute to the cause and help these group of women, you can find their GoFundMe page on their social media sites and website. For Estrella TV News, Brenda Marquez. During these Christmas holidays, the Garland police became a blessing for Beckett Birch.
Yep, you're talking to the policeman that's up there. Talk to him, told him.
Last year, Beckett Birch was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which is the most common cancer in children and adolescents and represents almost 1 in 3 cases of cancer. Today, the little one was able to forget his illness for 1 day. Officers lined up to receive the boy, and the Garland chief of police handed him a badge, glasses, a radio, and handcuffs. They even let him sit inside the patrol.
Here he comes.
The most recent social media post of Beckett's mom created a huge impact between users that shared it more than 40 million times, where she speaks not only about the financial and medical struggles that cancer has, but also the toll it takes on his siblings.
Well, our family's been split up. Our youngest has been with my brother for the last year and a half.
With the support of his new friends and coworkers, little Officer Beckett lives to serve another day in the police department.
Queremos que él se sienta parte de este equipo.
We want him to feel part of this team and part of the police department. He will always have a place here. He's our partner too. Beckett's treatment is expected to last over 3 years, and the little one's family has created a PayPal for anyone who wishes to contribute. For Estrella TV News, Brenda Marquez. After a week without electricity, millions return to normality today. But for some, the nightmare continues through fallen trees, broken pipes, and uninhabitable houses. Such is the case of Rodrigo Navarro, who was evacuated from his home on February 16th, 1 week after moving to Dallas.
Fue una bienvenida un poco ingrata. No quiero ni pensar
It
en
was
los
a bitter
daños.
welcome. I don't even want to think about the damages. I'm still a little in shock and trying to figure out what is going to happen. Few had electricity during the storm. Among these, customers of the Griddy Light Company who reported receiving excessive light bills exceeding the thousands of dollars. All of this in the midst of a health and economic crisis.
Y con mi esposo sin trabajar.
With my husband without work to be able to pay for bills and expenses, the few savings that we had are now gone. Cruz Valencia is sheltering with her sister while she manages to fix her home, where she was living with cold circumstances until the day a pipe exploded from the freezing temperatures.
No ha sido nada fácil.
Like thousands, Cruz says feeling let down by the state, and they are still trying to recover. Faced with the critical situation of many Texans, the legislators expected to meet this week to take action. Both chambers are expected to approve measures to prevent a situation like this from repeating in the future. Meanwhile, residents continue to suffer from what could classify as one of the largest natural disasters in the history of Texas. For Estrella TV News, Brenda Marquez. School supplies, backpacks, and large amounts of donations are still coming into the schools that were damaged by the tornado a month ago. This morning, Kevin Frazier of the Dallas Cowboys surprised Walnut Hill Elementary School. In addition to handing out school supplies and backpacks courtesy of the Kids in Need Foundation and Dollar General, Frazier spent a lot of time getting to know the students and taking pictures.
To see it in person, man, it's crazy. So, you know, my heart goes out for them, and that's why we're doing this.
The support moved Rosita Mojares and Angel Montoya from Walnut Hill Elementary School. It's good so that all the kids can have school supplies and everything they need. Thanks to everyone who helped us, because if it were not for you, all this would not be possible. This donation came after last week the Dallas Independent School District received a monetary contribution of $70,000 and $1 million from the owner of the Dallas Cowboys for the construction of the new football field.
It's more than a field. It is about community. And of course, community never stands taller than when you help out.
The support and solidarity of Texans has been essential for the advancement of students and teachers of the Dallas Independent School District. For Estrella TV News, Brenda Marquez.